Good afternoon, living through your vision. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday, January the 19th. Welcome to my channel. Y'all know I love to do that. That's a release. Like get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Oh, wow. I wanted to do this video and this is for people that are at a certain mentality, and I want to somewhat kind of free you from it, and any little thing that I can actually put out there that will assist a person to make a person say every little thing helps. I always say, and I even said it in my last video, if you understand that the beliefs that you have, that you've internalized and made your truth has an infinite amount of expressions, and then you are at will to those expressions based on the belief, because you believe it and you make it true. So that means that you have inherited all that comes along with it, right? I want to try to put little things out. I think I could combat them like alien shooter. I think I could combat them. But every little bit help. And I just want to say, first start off and say that I want to give you some examples of what it is, why it's not really, well, I'm going to say this. It's not really your fault until you become aware. And once you become aware, then it becomes your responsibility. So if you don't want to become aware, then you might as well go ahead and click off the video now, because I'm going to make you aware of certain things, so that you can promote change. Then the responsibility is on you. Now, I'm first going to say that, I'm not going to blame you guys. I'm not going to blame anyone for that matter. I'll cut the AC off a little bit because it's getting cold. I'm not going to blame anyone for that matter, for a multitude of things that happens in our culture, in our society, in this dimension. I will say that you are responsible for self. But when you become to know how much has been taken away from us, and we become complacent in a sense where we just take it as it comes, we believe whatever somebody tell us, and we don't really seek out, because we don't really think that it's necessary, because we've made these things our truth, passed along generations and stuff like that. Then we just become complacent. We just do what we could do until we don't do it anymore, and then we expire physically. We transition. So I get that part of it. We have been hoodwinked and bamboozled. Okay. There's a lot of information that is out there to support that. But I want to talk a little bit about money. This video is going to be about money and the impoverished state of mind. And the reason why I'm not going to hold you accountable at 100% is because I see what entities are that are out there to keep you disabled. Now, we have something now that's the internet, the World Wide Web, and everything is pretty much ad based, and they have all of the clickbaits and all of these different things, and they have the jackpot, they have the lucky winner, they have all of these things to kind of show you, that kind of inundates that you're poor or you're impoverished, right? So even if you're just trying to be leisure and play a game, let's just say you're just trying to play a game, just to relax yourself, they got these ads to remind you that you're poor. They got these, things that remind you that you don't have any money, because they need that part of you to stay alive. They need that part of you to be in that frequency, because that's how they make their money. So they got to constantly remind you of how broke you are and how poor you are, and regardless of whether or not if you mismanage money or not, A part of the reason why people maybe mismanage money is because we've basically been taught that under this frequency. If not literally taught it, like say, okay, well, Patrice, you're going to mismanage money. It's not that somebody is going to sit down and say, okay, Patrice, you're going to mismanage money. It comes in a form of frequency and energy. And what that is that everything is around everything. If you're on a low vibration, right? If you're already kind of somewhat debilitated, depressed because you don't have money, you don't have these things, then the low vibration, the frequencies, and all of those different things is going to kind of somewhat make you gravitate to these ads to constantly remind you that you don't have money. And but guess what? We could help you. We could help you. Play these slots, pay $1.99, you could win $1 million, you know. And they play on that weakness and those frequencies, and they target certain demographics. They target certain views on your like what you like in terms of your internet profile. You know, your personality. They target you. They have this mathematical formula for people like you, and then they inundate you in your whatever it is that you're actually mostly frequent on. And a lot of people are frequent, on social media, so they inundate people with a certain amount of clicks, views, how they create their personality on social media. This is how they determine what it would be psychologically effective on you, vibrationally so too as well. So you got all of these things that constantly inundate you to remind you that you're poor. You know, because when you see that you could win $1 million, your eyes light up, and it's like, yes, what could I do with $1 million, right? But if they start telling you that you are a millionaire, or you are a billionaire, or better yet, you are whatever you command. Whatever you command, that's basically it. But you got to know these powers in order to be able to execute them. That is why it's important for, once again, to seek out this circumference of what you have been taught, because, the knowledge is there, but you just have to go look for it, because it is not in the people that know this information's favor for you to be wise. It is more profitable. They can profit more off of your ignorance. So, as I said, if you done got this far in the video, it's now becoming more of your responsibility. What are you going to do with this information now? How do you see yourself? Okay? When these ads come up and they offer you $1 million for $1.99, just click. And how many times do you have to click or pay $1.99 before they give you $5 back or $10 back? Or say you won something at the McDonald's or something, free giveaway or whatever the case, whatever it is that is very small in price by comparison. So you got to start looking at the signs of what constantly validates the impoverished that you have decided to believe that you are, because that's the only reason why you are attracting these things, is because you believe at some level, at some energetic value, that you are impoverished. And so all of these things that are schemes to take your money instead of offer you money, it's going to appear itself, because the energy that conceptualize you as the target is the energy of lack. They comprised it mathematically, spiritually, vibrationally to hone in onto people that it's within that frequency, and you feel like that is the solution, that maybe you'll get lucky. Nothing is luck. Everything, there's no luck, there's no coincidence. It just is, right? So once you get to understand that value, right, then you can no longer say that you are in the darker things. It becomes your responsibility now to create the change, to be the change that you want to see. And once you start understanding that you are creators, you'll really understand that you can basically command anything. Likeness and an image. Always keep that in mind. I'm going to elaborate on that maybe one day regarding likeness and an image. But if you, to give you just a little peek of what that means, things that are around you, that's only if you understand yourself, if you understand who you truly are. Things that are around you are within your likeness and within your image. It's a mirror reflection, right? And likeness and an image. So you are creators. If you want to change the dynamic of that, you speak it, you command it, right? But you have to be open in mind in order to be able to receive what it is that you need to receive in order to get rid of the dogmas and the belief systems that keep you away from the true authenticity of who you are. We're all here to be greater versions of ourselves, to better ourselves, to be the best that we could be, to always, excel at being the greatest version of who we are. And the greatest version that you could ever give yourself is the truth of who you are. Okay? So I just wanted to put that out there in terms of how you make money. How you make money is that you first got to believe that you don't have any, because you got to stop believing that you don't have it. You got to come out of the mentality of lack, right? You first got to, I don't care if your bank account is saying negative $15, okay? You have to believe, you first got to believe that you have it. And it's not, everybody say, well, Patrice, you're right. If you don't have the energetic value, the confidence, the energetic value to support it, then it's not gonna work in the way that you would like for it to return to you, because you need the right frequency to push that. And the right frequency is the elevation, the confidence. You got to be confident that you are in a place of abundance and not lack. And you're going to have to unravel what has cultivated you to feel that way, to feel that you are in lack more so than in abundance. Okay? So I just want to put that out there. If you're broke by standards of society, it's because you have accepted society standards of what broke is, right? If you start creating your own terms and conditions of what it is that you want to pull and manifest, then you'll see a difference. A lot of billionaires that are billionaires that are out there today went against the grain of their own, of what was told to them, or of what was offered to them. They basically say, this, whatever this is not working for me. Whether they understood the spiritual aspect of it not, they had something within them, had some inclination that if this don't work for me, it ain't for me, on to the next thing. And then they started to get more creative and say, you know what? It's time for me to create what it is that I want to see. I got to be what I want to see, right? So if you are broke by societal standards, it's because you have a belief system of what broke is under that belief, under that sense of understanding. And you're going to pull in everything to support that. The ads, the videos, the stuff that comes in the mail and say, okay, borrow this money, borrow that money, and this and that or whatever. All energetic fields of lack. To give you an example, when I started out my credit, right? And my credit wasn't that good. And I started getting credit cards. I started getting credit cards left, right, front, and center. Everybody and their mama. I remember a time they wouldn't even look at me for a credit card. They wouldn't even look at me for a credit card. And now, I'm getting all kind of credit cards. But the credit cards, initially in the beginning of what they were offering me, was that of to keep you in debt, to keep you impoverished. Credit, period, is to keep you in debt and impoverished. If but I'm not, that's a whole nother video. But, I realized when I started to decode what they were sending me, the message that they were sending me in their terms and in their agreements, they were basically telling me that I was poor. That you couldn't afford no more than, we don't trust you no more than $300. Most people start off with a $300 credit line, and they got to work themselves. They got to become worthy of more. And that is like a matrix type of mentality. I don't need your credit. I don't need your $300. I don't need you to remind me that I'm pouring that, as if you're doing me a favor, right? And that's a mentality of lack. A person will see something like that and decode that and read the terms and conditions of it and say, you know what, F you and your $300 and your terms and your conditions. I can manifest more than that and buy your company. I could buy your company if I wanted to, because of who I am, So they have so many different things to keep you in that state of mind of lack, instead of putting yourself in the confidence of abundance and knowing that you can literally pull money out of the clear blue sky if you truly knew the powers to do that. And the powers is not you got to go into, this, as we've been taught, in a negative sense of understanding. Okay. But yeah, it's all about the confidence level of who you are. And, as I said, and I'm saying it towards the end of the video, if you've gotten this far, you're no longer in the dark, right? You're no longer ignorant. It's time, this is for you to take this information and start build and learn. Like, what does Patrice mean by that? What is Patrice saying? What is she really saying? I'm saying that you can have anything you want. And you don't have to be at will to the limitations of what, is out there unless you believe in those limitations. And when you read something, you read it as, do these people think kind of me? Do they think good of me? Or are they telling me that I can't do no better? And when you see all of these high interest rates and you go and you purchase things, and it's, all of this other stuff, when you have the power to buy it cash and own it yourself outright, you have that power. You have that power. But you first got to get rid of the dogmas. You got to get rid of the fear factor. You got to get rid of a lot of things in order to bring yourself to the truth of who you are, right? And be like, yeah, thank you, but no thank you. Yeah, you offered me $300, but if I wanted to own you, I could own you. Yeah, you can offer me $1,500, $2,000, $10,000 credit line, no credit line, right? Meaning that you have an infinite, you can charge whatever you want to charge, it's no problem. But see, when you get into that game where you don't have a credit limit, no limit, now we talking. Now you don't reach somewhere where they gotta respect you now because of you didn't believe in their BS. You believed in yourself. So now they offering you cards with no limit because they realize that you didn't allow limits to keep you confined and constrained, right? Because you don't really need them. So for now, the table is turned. It's an honor, Miss Ansby, to offer you my black card with no limit. Please take our black card with no limit. Please, the table is turned because now you have the potential to own them. Now they want to serve you instead of you serving them. But it's all about how do you believe in yourself. You understand? It's all about yourself. People want to come out and put out videos talk about how to get rich quick and have spells and everything. But yeah, but even if you do the spell and the spell work for you, and you do all of these little things that people are looking for and for instant gratification, if you don't change here, you're gonna be right back trying to do that same damn spell, and it ain't gonna work, and you're gonna get frustrated and pissed off, and then you're gonna be like a crackhead looking for your next fix, right? And you don't want to do that. You want to fix up here first, right? You want to fix up here first. That is your motor that drives you. This is what drives you. This, your temple. What's in your temple, right? So, with that being said, I'm going to end here because I just feel like I need to end. So, if you like what I just said in this video, please like the video. Please subscribe if you like the content of what this video is producing for this channel, and please comment. Please comment each one.